I have a relative that takes care of her. And he's 86 and he's taking care of her. But Barack reflected on what she must be experiencing being 106, everything that she's seen. So he went through the whole history. And there she is voting for him and seeing this new light. And then he connected it, and what will we see? Those of us, my children, whoever's young enough who might live to be 106, what will the next century, what will we witness in that next century? He said, this is our chance to answer the call. This is our moment. This is our time to put people back to work, to give opportunities for our children, to restore prosperity, to promote the cause of peace, to reclaim the American dream and affirm the fundamental truth that out of many we are one, and those who tell us we can't, we will respond, yes, we can. And all the brothers went out and made the t-shirts that said, yes, we did. So they're Muslims, they're brothers and sisters. As Dr. King, and this man is standing on Dr. King's shoulders clearly. And think about how much Imam Muhammad was bringing us back to see Dr. King as the one who took those steps of establishing nobility and working for justice. And Dr. King said, on one hand, I must attempt to change the soul of individuals so that societies may be changed. This is the idea that we have to see this development as individuals so that we can give to society, so we can do some, we can give our value and our worth to society. We have to see ourselves and cherish that we are creatures who have been created. We have those that we owe to giving us balance. We have a mind that is empowered, and we have a soul that follows the guidance of God. And now, Dr. King said, on one hand, I must attempt to change the soul of individuals so that societies may be changed. And on the other hand, I must attempt to change societies so that individual souls will have a chance. This is Islam. And if you only can see it when it's under the caption of Islam, you're going to miss a whole lot of things. That's right. So they're Muslims. This has got everything to do with us. And if you are waiting for Barack to give you a personal invitation, you'll be waiting a long time. If you want him, as Reverend Durley said when he came out, if you want him to get Bobo out of jail, forget it. If Bobo waiting to get a letter from Barack, he's going to be there. If you want him to pay your house note or your electrical bill, forget it. If you got a business idea that you want him to just finance and you ain't done no work with it, forget it. But if you can see where we're going and you start working towards that place, then you're a part of the movement, whether you touch him, talk to him, or never have that intimate contact. Many of us followed Imam Muhammad and didn't never meet him. But by following him, he brought something special to our lives. But put it on a larger level. You haven't touched Allah. And you don't have anything to give to Allah. Allah needs nothing that any of us have. But it's our obedience to Allah that opens up our life for us. And we are obligated to serve, to follow good leadership whenever Allah brings it to us. And in Barack Obama, the Muslims, we have great leadership. Allah says in the 32nd chapter of Quran, beginning at 24th verse, and we appointed from among them leaders giving guidance under our command, so long as they persevered with patience and continue to have faith in our signs. Verily, your Lord will judge between them on the day of judgment in the matters wherein they differ. Does it not teach them a lesson, how many generations we've destroyed before them, in whose dwellings they now go to and fro? Verily, in that are signs. Do they not then listen? Do they not see that we do drive rain to parched soil, bare of herbage, and produce therewith crops, providing food for their cattle and themselves, have they not the vision? They say, when will this decision be if you're telling the truth? Say, on the day of decision, no profit will it be to the unbelievers if they then believe, nor will they be granted respite. So turn away from them and wait. They too are waiting. Surely Allah speaks the truth. We had a special time, and it's not time to just sit and watch. It's not time to doubt. It's not time to wonder. It's time to see ourselves. For the first time, African Americans and Muslims and people who have been down and out, people who believe that they have been oppressed, and people who have been oppressed by those in power here in America don't have that excuse anymore. We don't have that excuse. So we have to come and take charge of what Allah has blessed us and be productive. We have to be caliphs in the earth. We're not going to try to move the Masjid up to Washington, D.C. But we do expect folks in this community and in our extended community to have involvement and influence in where this country is going next. Some of us are still thinking about, I need to get away, I need to go overseas. This is the wrong time to go overseas unless you've been sent by the President of the United States. And that is not that hard to imagine. He knows. When he's dealing with Muslims, he knows who's sincere. He knows who's for real. He knows when people are inviting him and saying, playing up to him. He's not a stupid man. He's not a vain man. He's not an arrogant man. So he's going to be looking for people who are real, not just about protecting their brother or their sister, but real for the benefit not just of Americans, not just of African Americans, not just of Arabs, but for benefits for the whole of humanity. And we are situated for that. We are situated for that. But know that we must do it for the cause of Allah, for the cause of goodness, and not to have wealth, not to have establishment, not to have any of the frills or the frivolities that come with power, but for the decency that God has placed us on this earth to bring out of this earth the greatness that he has manifested not only in the earth, but in our own souls. And this is the time. Goodness is on the rise. Praise be to Allah for blessing this life, this time, this world with leadership that knows that he is just a representative of all of us. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Oh Allah, bless us with good in this world and good in the hereafter, and save us from the torment of the fire. Ameen. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.